What's up, people? I just wanted to show you how easy and simple it is to grow your own food, yes, once again. But what I want to talk about today is the yield that you get from planting just a few seeds. In this container, we planted 4 sweet potato seeds. And these are the sweet potato greens, that's what you're looking at, that you get from 4 seeds in about 2 months. Alright, the growing season isn't over, so you're going to get plenty more greens than this, but I'm just showing you what you got so far. All of these sweet potato greens that you can eat off of and feed your family for months. Alright, and you see some insect damage, but that's okay. You don't live in the world by yourself. I know you've been taught that. You live in the world with other beings that require nourishment as well. So they're going to eat off of your plants. Our ancestors have taught us to share the planet, not to live on the planet alone, but to share the planet with everything on it, to learn how to live in harmony with all the beings on the planet and live in harmony with the planet itself. Alright, so while you're going to have some insect and animal damage to your plants, you don't need perfect looking plants. They need to eat, you need to eat. So let them eat what they will, and then when it's time for you to harvest, you go ahead, brush them off, clean them off, do what you got to do, and then eat them. It's just that simple. The same thing they do at the grocery store. All they do is clean them off, and you buy them. You can do the same thing. Here we got the update on our lettuce, or organic lettuce. Y'all like to throw that word around. Again, a handful of seeds. This was a handful of seeds. I just threw them in there. I wanted to see what they were going to do. Got plenty of lettuce here. You can eat off of this. This is relatively undamaged still. But even if it was damaged, so what? Like we just said, the animals in nature, the insects in nature have to eat as well. So you are on the planet, and you're not on the planet by yourself. Some of y'all following the footsteps of your slave master would desire that, but you're not on the planet by yourself. So you got to share the planet. Insects got to eat, animals got to eat, you got to eat. It's a fact. So even if you find a leaf that's been damaged by some insect, yeah, just brush it off, wash it off, snip it off, cut it off, eat it. Simple as that. You're following nature. Nature has the answer. Your slave master doesn't have the answer. We have our mint. Alright, this is peppermint here. You can eat off of this every day. That's how fast it grows back. And we generally do eat off of it every day. So I'm just going to take some here. Snip it off. Purpose of the fingernails. You don't need scissors. God gave you the tools you need. He told you to cut your fingernails, cut your hair. You're going to cut everything. Who told you that you're supposed to do that? I guess it was your slave master too. I don't know. Somebody told you what proper grooming is supposed to look like. Again, nature knows what it's doing. Your slave master does not. So you can eat off of this peppermint every day. It'll grow back. It's resilient. In fact, the more you eat off of it, the more it seems to grow back. You got it over here creeping over into the stevia. These weren't here a couple days ago. They creeping all the way over to the stevia plant. So they're very resilient. You can probably get you a handful of peppermint every day. So it's what y'all would call breakfast time. So I'm going to pop one in my mouth real quick. And it's so good. Trust me. You eat it right off the plant. Just like the animals and insects do. Now over here, excuse me, I'm still eating my peppermint. Over here, you got your black bean plants. Alright. We started these from seed or from a bean. And you get quite a yield from these. Excuse me. That peppermint went down wrong. Alright. So this is one stalk, represented by one seed. And you got, let's see what you got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pods out of one seed. 7 pods. And let's see how many beans is in here. See how many beans are in here. I shouldn't have corrected myself. I should have let my Ebonics take over. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 7, 49. 49 beans so far out of one bean. Quite a yield. So you start doing the math in your head and tell me you can't feed your own family. And I don't stay out here all day. I got a life just like you got a life. I got work to do just like you got work to do. I come out, I observe, I water if needed. Many times I don't water because nature takes care of that. But when nature doesn't take care of that, like we said before, we collect our own rainwater. And when it doesn't rain, we water the plants. The rosemary plant, it was in a little pot. It outgrew the pot, so I had to replant it. So if you listen to any of my other videos, you know I try to keep the price down. So I went to a yard sale and got this big basket here. And this rosemary plant is turning into a rosemary bush. Nothing wrong with that. This is also quite resilient. I use it in my toothpaste. My mouthwash or mouth rinse recipe, which I'll show you in another video. But you can pick off of this quite a bit, and it just continues to grow back, and it smells so good.